Hello, my name is Bob Healy. I'm going to be teaching a course in GLS next semester called Protecting Nature in a World of People, Protected Areas, Tourism, and Economic Development. This course deals with an incredibly important issue for humanity and interesting, kind of complex paradox. The issue is the impact of humans on the natural world. We now have 7.8 million people. Since 1972, that's up about 2.5 times. What's more dramatic, though, is that since during the same time period, the world's gross national product has increased by 59 times. Just imagine what that means for agricultural land, for forests, for cities, for roads, for other things that have an impact on the natural world. And what do we know about the natural world and how it's been faring? Well, ecologists tell us that the rate of extinction is the highest it's been since the extinction of the dinosaurs. They say that within the next 30 or 40 years, we may lose 1 million of the approximately 7 million species on Earth. And even within species, the number of individuals is going down dramatically. An amazing figure is that in the last 100 years or so, the total biomass of insects has gone down by about 80%. The total biomass of mammals has gone down by an equivalent amount as humans have increased. Now, what do we do to protect nature? Typically, we create protected areas. We set them aside. And for an awful lot of my career, environmentalists were saying if only we can protect 10% of the world's terrestrial surface, that's really our fondest hope. Well, right now, the figure is almost 15%. And yet we have this extinction crisis. What's wrong? Do we not have enough protected areas? E.O. Wilson said it should be 50%, something I think is impossible without reducing population by 2 or 3 billion people and stopping economic development. Are these protected areas located in the wrong places? Is their design wrong? Are they designed in such a way they're not resilient to climate change? So a big focus of this course will be protected areas and then 2 of the specific threats to protected areas. One of them are local people. It's not just the people of the whole world, but it's the millions of people, particularly in developing countries, that live around and even inside protected areas. And the third thing that kind of links the other 2 together is tourism. You've, I'm sure, heard of ecotourism, tourism as the support and sort of salvation of our protected areas. And indeed, there are some possibilities there. At the same time, tourism is really a form of pollution. We have these books, 1,000 Places to Go To Before You Die. Well, of the 7.8 billion people in the world, perhaps 2 or 3 billion are now able to travel to become tourists. And they are traveling, and they are having real impacts in terms of crowding and direct damage to the resources, and they tend to go to the most sensitive, most wonderful, most treasured places that we know of. Now, this being GLS, this is mostly a social science course, but I hope to bring in some art and some literature. And of course, I want to bring in your own ideas, your own experiences in particular with nature and with protected areas. So I look forward to discussing these things with you and maybe solving a tiny bit of one of the world's great problems.